I want to talk to you guys about my experience working at Chick-fil-A. This video, I guess I would say it's for educational purposes only. I'm not hating on Chick-fil-A. To this day, I don't hate Chick-fil-A. I still love eating at Chick-fil-A. I think this is more for the people that are looking to work at Chick-fil-A. I applied for Chick-fil-A. The hiring process was fairly simple. You go in, you have to dress very nicely. I dressed in a black button-up with some black pants. I showed up. There was the owner of that store, and then there was the general manager, and then like the assistant manager. I don't know what you call it. I sat there, pretty much asked about myself, just like any other ordinary interview, and answered some simple questions. The only thing that I can mention that is a little different is you do have to go well dressed. But anyways, a couple days later, I received a message saying you made it to the second interview. So the second interview involved a big group of people. I think there was about 10 to 15 kids that came in. And when I say kids, I'm talking like they're still in high school and you get a worker's permit. Chick-fil-A is the spot to go because they do hire you and they encourage you to apply there. But for me, I was 21 at the time. I needed some work. I was having some car issues, so I needed an extra job to get back on my feet. Anyways, they give you your outfit. They pretty much say, okay, you are now going to be working for Chick-fil-A. This is the protocol you must follow. And if you don't agree with it, you're going to get fired or please leave. Chick-fil-A is a Christian establishment, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're very Christian-like. I'm all for Christianity, Catholicism. I'm very open to religion, so I didn't really mind. One thing that they did say, if you're somebody that likes dyeing their hair, let's say you get like a cool pink color, you want to go Ice Spice and go orange, they're going to fire you. A rule they have, and if you don't follow it, whatever hair you were born with, you must come to work with. The Bible doesn't say anything about purple hair. The Bible doesn't say anything about pink hair. What you are born with, you have to come with. So pretty much that is applied to everything, like your natural nails. You can't have your nails done. If you have acrylics on, or if you're a girly or a guy that likes getting their nails done and you guys like getting blinged out and stuff like that, they're going to send you home, give you a strike, and possibly get fired. So you can't have your nails done. You can't have any types of hairstyles done. You have to have a clean shave like you're going to church on a Sunday. I was like, all right. I mean, I'm not tripping about that. I don't got no tattoos. I don't dye my hair any color. I don't do my nails. So I don't really got nothing to worry about. You also can't have any earrings, nose rings, piercings, none of that. You have to be clean face, clean shave, clean hair, everything. Fast forward, I'm working there. Super cool. The people I'm working with, my coworkers, are amazing. The homies, they're just like any other coworker at any other job. Chick-fil-A is a very, very high-rated fast food area. Obviously, the food's coming out fast, so the manager has to make sure everybody's doing their job, not distracted. So I found it very valid, very fair that the manager would come in and put everybody in check occasionally, like, hey, it's like, stop giggling, stop doing this. My managers at my location, they low-key were kind of racist. I'm not gonna lie. The reason why is because the back of the house, and what I mean by back of the house, kitchen area where they would cook the sandwiches, chicken nuggets, the salads, only spoke Spanish. Or I would say about 90% of them spoke only Spanish. Very little English, enough English to kind of get by, you know? There was one time where at my location, we were speaking Spanish to the people in the back so they could understand what's going on in the front, and our manager comes in, not the owner, but the manager. He says, no. You guys need to speak English around here. You guys need to speak English, not Spanish. I don't care. And we're kind of like, one, this is a Chick-fil-A. I don't know why you're talking like, I get if this is some like warehouse job. I don't get, regardless, you shouldn't be saying you can only speak English here. Poor ladies in the back are trying their best to understand English, but they don't, so we have to speak Spanish. I know every location's different. I think mine just had poor management, but there was a little bit of just like, like, what do you mean by that? Kind of, you know? So I feel like my managers had power trips, but this is just my experience. You could be working at a Chick-fil-A currently, or if the one you apply to could be completely different. I've also heard a lot of good things about some locations that it's the best, but my location, horrible. I'm here in Long Beach, so that one was very, very bad. They also do strict uniform checks. Uniform checks are crazy. And the reason why I say uniform checks, like, Cam, you're just being lazy. Dress out. Go to work with my button-up red shirt, my pin on the left side or right side, I forgot which one it was, my black belt that they give to you. They give you a uniform, everything but the socks. Anyways, one day they said, random uniform check. So they go up, they have a clipboard. I was clear on the shirt, clear on the pants, clear on the belt. Let me see your socks. I wore white socks that day. I didn't think it'd be too much of a big deal. I was just like, like, you got me. But the thing is, you're wearing dress pants. You don't see the socks. If you're looking to climb the career ladder, this is the job for you. If you want to make a lot of money in corporate, this is the job for you. But if you're just trying to get a job to save some money and get by, do not work at Chick-fil-A. It's gonna stress you out. It's so much to handle. It's terrible. But anyways, they looked at my socks. I had them white, and they said, oh, that's gonna be a strike right there for you. So I'm like, are you serious? Like, I've been on time every day. I've never called out, nothing. And I got a strike for not wearing the right socks. Fast forward a few months later, I have a very bad stomach ache to the point where I can't get out of bed. It's terrible. I remember going to the hospital. If I'm in and out, they give me antibiotics or whatever. I'll go home, go to work the next day. No, I was there for a while. I had work the next day at 5 in the morning. At the time at the hospital, it was already almost 10, 11, and I'm still hooked up to an IV. So I tried messaging people, hey, like, can you cover me? Can you cover me? I know it's last minute. I got work in a couple hours. Nobody even responded. First time calling off. I've never called off. They said, well, you got to try to find a cover or else that's going to be against you. And I'm like, I can't. Like, I've messaged everybody. Can you guys help me out? I'll try messaging people, but that's your job to find a cover. They don't care how I'm doing. They didn't ask anything. They just care about if you're going to come to work or not. The next day comes about. I don't go to work because I'm in bed recovering. It takes me about 2 days. Luckily, I didn't have work the following day, so I only missed 1 day of work. I come into my shift the next day, and I got a doctor's note from the hospital saying, please excuse his absence from work. Here's my doctor's note, so you know I wasn't bullshit and I wasn't lying to you. Here's my doctor's note. I gave it to the manager, and he kind of just was like, okay. I remember he's like, Cam, come over here real quick. I'm like, okay, I think this is it. He calls me into the office. This is your second strike. I told you to try to find a cover and you didn't. We didn't have anybody come in, so that's going to be on you. I did everything I was supposed to. I called you guys. I showed proof that I tried messaging everybody. Nobody could. It was very last minute. It was an emergency. I did all I could. They're like, you didn't find a cover. Sorry. So boom. I wrote down a statement and pretty much of what had happened. Even with my doctor's excuse, with everything, nothing. They are very by the book, very strict. So I got a second strike for not finding a cover because I was at the hospital. Fast forward later, I'm like, okay, I'm on my second strike. I'm on alert. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get my shit done. I pray to God that no natural disasters happen or no health issues happen, because regardless if I am literally upside down with my feet tied up, I need to get my ass to work regardless. They don't care. They will fire me. So I'm like, okay, I got to be on lock. Literally probably a week later from my stomach incident, all of a sudden I check my work schedule. They didn't schedule me this week. I fast forward to 2 weeks later. I didn't get scheduled this week. And I call work and I'm like, hey, you guys aren't scheduling me. What's going on? And they're like, oh, we haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? I'm like, where have I been? I've been waiting to get scheduled to come in. And they're like, huh, you should be on the schedule. Let me see. And they hung up and I'm like, okay, maybe they'll call me back. Next thing you know, a couple hours later, I try logging into my hot schedules, which is where you see what days you work, and it says you have been permanently removed. Did I just get fired? I didn't even get a third strike. And I would admit, I'd be like, okay, there are certain situations in my past jobs where I'm like, okay, I called off, I deserve that. This one, I was locked in, wore my uniform, showed up every time, picked up shifts. I did everything I was supposed to, but the thing is, Chick-fil-A is extremely strict. At least my location here in Long Beach. If you got a good location, hats off to you, keep it. They pay good. If your managers are great, be very grateful for that, because unfortunately I got lucked out with a very negative one, a very upset. Everybody was in a good mood, but when we heard the manager was coming in, we'd be like, are you serious, bro? It'd kill our mood. Why would you fire us and not give us a reason, not give us a heads up? It was just it was weird. So if you do go apply to Chick-fil-A, ask the coworkers, how's management? Are they really cool? Are they really respectful? If that's a go, you're set. I have so much shit on these guys. I'm not going to do that to them because I'm a cool guy. I'm going to let them live their life. Karma will get to them. Cool place to get your feet wet, especially if you're a high schooler trying to get a job for the first time. But like I said, if you're trying to get money and you're not really a customer service guy, or you're kind of just trying to get by and just get that paycheck and dip, don't work here. Don't waste their time, and also don't waste your time. Thank you guys for watching. I felt like I wanted to share this with you guys because it was a crazy experience. This is, like I said, just for educational purposes. Before you work at Chick-fil-A, watch this video, and I hope you did. If you have any other questions, I know a lot. I know pretty much everything. So if you're working at Chick-fil-A or currently working, if you have questions, drop them below. I'm more than happy to answer. That's pretty much it. I love you guys. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.